who I want to shout out. Jalen, you too.
Who's Jalen? Who's Jalen?
Jalen's my friend.
Who that? I ain't never heard no Jalen.
I said Amir, Amari, Jalen, Dylan.
Yeah, I never heard no Jalen.
Oh, Jalen's my friend.
From where?
No way you're doing this on the podcast.
I ain't hear about no Jalen.
Bro, I'm about to get clipped. No, Jalen's my friend. He lives in Atlanta. He's an actor. He's very successful. Jalen, we love you.
All right, what do you think?
What do I think? I just think it's funny.
Yeah,
I think it's absolutely hilarious because a lot of times we always assume that kids are like innocent and they have nothing absolutely going on. Because even me, like I have 3 nieces and to me, they're like 10, right? They're like 10, 11. I think I have one that's like 14 or whatever.
Oh,
and in my head, I always see them as kids, but then I forget that they're people. They're like, when I was a teenager, when I was 14 or 15 years old, I was talking to women and we were doing stuff that we probably shouldn't be doing. So like, I mean, it's funny that like when it slowly starts to come back around to you, it's like for some reason it's like we have blindfolds on, like it doesn't exist. Like his daughter's probably talked to multiple. Not saying that she's done anything, but I'm just saying that she's probably talked to multiple people.
Yeah. The fact that Stephen A was shocked. So I don't know Stephen A personally. I guess I don't need to say that, but who knows? But he strikes me as the kind of guy because he's very private. So I don't know how he is with his family. Maybe he's completely different off air with them. He strikes me as the type of dad that his daughter probably would hide stuff from him. So the fact he's so shocked shocks me because I don't see him as the type of that father that's gonna be kind of the one that's kind of
chill.
Yeah.
And
so
just let things slide.
Nah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that she hides a bunch of stuff from him. And it just slipped out. He's so shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, like, I would expect her to be hiding stuff. So I know girls that I went to college with who, when they were at home with their family, they were church choir kids. Not literally, but that's how they acted. They were very, goody two-shoes, for lack of better words. But as soon as they got to college, oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. So,
we know.
Yeah.
That's a saying for a reason. It's 110% true.
Yeah. So, like you said, I'm already gonna expect it. I mean, if I have a daughter in the future, I don't know, man. I'm gonna expect that she's.
I mean, you're just gonna know, man. Because at the end of the day, you know that, especially the way that society is now.
Yes.
With especially younger people, because even when I was younger, which I'm acting like I'm that old anyway, but
you're older than 14. Well, I don't know how she is actually. Never mind.
I have no idea how old
she's not 14. Boy.
Anyway, what I was about to say is even when I was younger, like my parents would look at me like, oh, he's probably not doing anything, and we were going out every weekend, partying, doing things you probably shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, they're gonna do it regardless. So it's like, how do you find that balance? I mean, I've seen people do it, and it's like a very, very narrow tightrope that you're walking to find a balance between being like an authoritarian plus having a relationship where they will tell you things. Because I would prefer if I have a daughter and a son in the future that they tell me things so I can help them avoid potholes or pitfalls. They're gonna fall anyways, but just help them fall less, or if they fall, know how to get back up or avoid stupid stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think the worst thing that you can do, and like I said, I'm not a parent, but I think the worst thing that you can do is be like super strict. Because everybody that I know who had super strict parents, as soon as they were released, they did some crazy shit. Like if it was a girl, she had like a super strict dad. 2 years later, she had a kid, or she dealt with a guy that was like insane and she had like crazy problems dealing with this. Like it's always some extreme, or they had like drug problems. Like anytime the parent is just like way too, like they give them no breathing room. Like no matter, but if you think about it, it actually makes sense. Because if you think about, like, imagine if you were getting treated like a prisoner, no matter what you did. Whether you were good, you got treated like a prisoner. Whether you're bad, you got treated right. So there's really no incentive to ever be good. So
yeah, I agree. And also, I think things that are talked about sometimes that helps. If you keep things hush hush and you avoid certain topics because you feel awkward about it, or because you think that they shouldn't know about these things, just don't be stupid. We know, especially now, you're gonna know about these things. They're human beings. So I think it's better to address it, even if it's uncomfortable, and to have open line of communication. Like I said, that way they do things like, I don't get too detailed about it, but I'd rather, if they're gonna do something, you know what I mean? I'd rather have them do it safely than not. So I'd rather have that conversation with them. Like, listen, if you're gonna go do something, do it safely. I don't know. I'm not a parent, so I don't know how I'm gonna really be when I have kids, but just like from what I've seen with other kids, I just think, like you said, if you keep them like locked away in the dungeon, as soon as they get out of that dungeon,
they're gonna do some crazy shit.
It's a wrap. So.
They are absolutely gonna do something.
Yeah.
But I mean, not only that, but I think when you have an honest conversation, like some things that just happen in reality are gonna like make them be like, okay, well, I don't want this. Like I know for me, one thing that I saw like some of my uncles go through and some of the older men that I was around go through was that them having to do with child support.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yo, I don't want to deal with this at all. That's the number one reason why I haven't had kids. Cause I'm like, dude, I don't want to deal with that. That to me was like, unless I'm really sure on the person I want to have kids with, I don't want that kind of situation. And I would hear all kinds of horror stories like, oh, I had to be taken to court like for the millionth time. I had to pay for a lawyer. I had to do all this other stuff like that. And that to me was enough to sober me up. So I was like, yeah, I'm good.
But you're smarter though, because some people, they see pitfalls other people go through and they still fall in them anyways. They might have an uncle that has child support support, they end up on child support. They might have a family member who's a drug addict, they end up drug addicts. They might have, you know what I'm saying? Like some people it's like they just can't avoid it. Other people see it and they go, I'm good, and they go the other way.
No, thank you.
What separates the two? I don't know. So some people, some kids, like they, believe it or not, I know how you feel.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, you gonna say it?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So guys, ultimately, what am I gonna say? Is it a good decision that she kept this away from Stephen A. Smith? Maybe. I don't know. It's not another relationship.
from her dad.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I asked it like Stephen A.
Yeah.
Smith, like her dad.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like who knows? Who knows who said Jalen? Was that the guy's name? Jalen?
Jalen. Could have been worse.
Could have been what?
Could have been Tyrone.
Oh.
Could have been Glocktavius.
That's crazy. He might be, but I don't know. I think that depends on the relationship. I think that I don't know. It's gonna happen either way.
Our decision makers, if you think she made a good decision, leave a like, leave a comment. If you think she made a bad decision, and she should tell her dad everything. Leave a like, leave a comment. Our decision makers, don't keep secrets.